What is going on, everybody, and welcome to Cat's Corner, the show where I, Catnator, tell you what's going on, what's happening around the scene. Just news that I find interesting is basically the crux of it. It's a show that I didn't feel like editing, so you know what? I made a little studio for you, and we got a little surprise later on in the show. But let's kick it off right into things with our first piece of news of the day. The Olympic Esports Series. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. For years, ever since the Rocket League X Games, we have been asking, we have been begging as an esports industry for esports to be added to the Olympics. And today, it was announced. But it might not be quite what you were expecting it to be, especially if you're an esports fan. Now, when you think esports, you think League of Legends, you think Counter-Strike, you think VALORANT, you think Rocket League. Well, here's a list of games. We've got Tic-Tac-Bow, Chess.com, Just Dance, Gran Turismo. So, esports as a word means electronic sports. And the Olympics took that shit a little too literally. So, there's no real esports being played here, but it's a step in the right direction. I can't hate on them too much, but when I heard about the Olympic Esports Series, I just wasn't expecting it to look like this. This is the baseball game. It's a Nintendo Switch game. But you know what? We take what we can get. So there's a little bit of good news, a little bit of bad, but all good news, especially thanks to last month being Black History Month. A big W for the black folks in the audience. Cenat has broken the Twitch all-time sub record. He now holds the most subscriptions of any streamer on the platform. Over 300,000. He breaks Ludwig's record on his Mafiathon stream. Streamed all of Black History Month, and boy, was it a banger. He went to Universal. He brought on comedians. He built the Iron Man suit. It was crazy. So congratulations to Cenat, doing us well. And when it comes to streamers, I'm going to be honest. There's a couple streamers that aren't doing us too well. So let's hop on over right now to the drama desk, and let's see what streamers aren't doing as well. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on over to the drama desk. Thanks for following me. Our first piece of drama today comes from Kick. Man. Now, a long time ago, Trainwrecks TV came out with Kick. He said it was going to be a platform to rival Twitch because it was going to be easier on DMCA. It was going to be easier on copyright strikes. And they weren't going to ban streamers for stupid reasons. Well, maybe they should start banning streamers. Our first topic from Kick is the fact that HeelMike, a Twitch streamer formerly moved over to Kick, was banned for a day. Now, I know what you're thinking. A one-day ban. Man, he couldn't have done much. There's no way he did something too crazy, right? This man was banned for a day for getting a blowy on stream. And they only banned him for a day. And that is just the start of the Kick struggles. Aiden Ross, very popular Twitch streamer. If you know streaming right now, you're staying up to date with streaming news, you definitely know who Aiden Ross is. This guy streamed Pornhub on his Twitch. So we got Blowies, we've got Pornhub on Twitch, or on Kick, excuse me. And this guy streamed the Superbowl, like straight out right. They say there's DMCA there, it's gonna be a little looser there. And they streamed the Superbowl. Just no holds barred. Jake Lucky sat down with Aiden Ross today, asked him, bro, what the hell? How did you get away with this? Here's what he had to say.
The streaming the Super Bowl stuff was pretty freaking wild, huh? Are you guys allowed to talk on?
I spoke to Jackson Mahomes. Okay, gave me permission.
Why does he say everything like a middle schooler?
That's the TikTok guy, right?
No comment. No, I'm kidding. Trey,
He's actually so uneducated.
That's my lawyer, so he can.
Yeah, the watching of anything will not be tolerated. DMCA laws do exist and they will be enforced. So have that common sense. If it's ever happened, then it clearly was because there was a special circumstance in that scenario. Beyond that, that's as much as I can give you.
So you can't explain what that special circumstance was?
No.
Was this all just a big marketing ploy and it somehow worked out?
That is, I
Definitely
think,
not. I have,
one of the
so
funniest
my marketing
statements
ploys
I have
go
ever heard.
way,
So,
way
can
deeper
you
than,
speak
something
more
as-
about this special circumstance? No. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't do that. Like, the NFL makes almost all of its money off of purely streaming rights. There's absolutely no way you are allowed to just walk out and stream the Super Bowl. But, you know, that is what it is. Kick is getting absolutely ridiculous, and that is just the crux of it. But what's one word that rhymes with kick? I'll give you a hint. It's sick. Let's hop over to some Valorant news. Let's talk about Sick. Now, this man was in Brazil for the lock-in tournament. It's the first Tier 1 tournament, getting back into things. And you know who wasn't there? His girlfriend. But he said, no worries. Let me bring over some extra women to Brazil with me instead. He did just that, and his girlfriend did not like that very much. She hopped on Twitter, said basically everything on her Twitter feed, minus the fact that he cheated, but it was implied. It was very implied. Now, everyone started to dogpile on Sick. You know how the Val community is. If you can get a little jab in, you're going to get a little jab in. And Energy Seth didn't like this too much. He said, look at this guy. Look at his sweet, sincere face. I can't let them get away with this. He posted 2 screenshots, which ironically enough are screenshots where Sick said, you don't need to post this. Please don't post this conversation. But he did it anyway. He talked about the fact that Sick admitted he's basically a cuck in his relationship. He has a half-open relationship with his girlfriend. And she said later on Twitter, yeah, that is true. She verified the information and said, but he was allowed to do what he wants with who he wants. He just has to run it by me first. And since he didn't tell me about the girls in Brazil, he's basically cheating. She'd go on to destroy some property in his house. That's why Sick kicked her out. And that's really where the story sits right now. Now, Sick got on the stream yesterday, said some stuff about how the team disrespected him. Dude's going a little bit crazy right now. So who's right? Who's wrong? Who's to say? I don't care. I just like the drama. Give it to me all day. But that is the start of our Valorant news. We're going to kick it back over in the in-person studio to talk about some additional news on our next segment. This week in Valorant. Our first piece of news. Oh, the video didn't play. Hold on. There we go. Our first piece of news. Ludwig Ogren, the mogul himself, has taken the Breakthrough roster, broken them through their contracts, and has picked up a joint effort Moist Esports Mogul Moves combination to form the Moist Mogul. So the roster of Breakthrough has been picked up by the likes of, I guess technically Moist Critical and Ludwig Ogren. It's kind of a weird merger agreement thing. The fact that like Moist Esports is already an organization, so like just name them Moist Esports, but you know, whatever. But they're the second creator team now in the North American Challengers League. Pretty dope. Sitting behind Disguised Toast. Thing is though, at the end of the year, only one team can qualify through the Ascension tournament, which means one of these creator teams is going to dirt. But you know, can still play challengers, so pretty exciting, pretty nice to see especially as orgs like the Guards step out. It's nice to see other organizations helping and picking up that slack. So the Moist Moguls enter the scene. Very exciting indeed. But as players, as owners come in, players, they gotta disappear. So, you know, you love him. Look at that, man. See him in the C9 jersey? You won't anymore. Cloud9 dropped Yay, and yet again, they fumbled the bag. You remember back in the day, back when the game was first starting around First Strike eras, there's a hot player. His name was Cloud9 Tens. Now plays for Sentinel, is their star duelist, and, well, Cloud9's fumbled the bag yet again. Yay, #1 fragger coming out of the international events last season, playing for the Green Wall. Went over in the offseason to Cloud9, and today they release him. Coach MCE and the CEO of Cloud9 got together today. They sat down for an interview. They said, you know, when it came to personality, when it came to messing with the roster, Ye was a great fit. But we felt like there were role issues. MCE would later say there were role issues before Ye even got there. And we just feel like with Ye on our team, we can't solve them. What are you talking about? This dude is the best player on your team. There's no way in hell you should not be rebuilding your roster around him. And I think Cloud9 just won't admit what we all know at heart. The recession's hitting, orgs are pulling out, money's getting low, and they're fucking broke. They can't afford to pay him. He's expensive. I get it. It's cool, but it's unfortunate. Cloud9 really dropped the ball here. It's bad enough they lost what was the #1 Game Changers roster in Cloud9 White. Now to lose Ye too. You're a Cloud9 fan, get off the bandwagon while you still can, because this team, short-sighted that they have results going forward. That has been this week in Valorant. And to top off our show, it's time for the top 3 plays. I've done my due diligence. By that I mean I checked Twitch clips for like 20 minutes and came up with what I thought were the best 3 plays. Maybe in the future we'll do this a little bit more organized, but we'll see. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Sitting at number 3, it is Whippy on what I think is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Go and check it out for yourself.
A 4-on-2, Roxy. Pop shots is going to bring Mitch over as well, and Mitch is looking to transfer. Great shot there, and Whippy alone. This is a nice round from Oxygen, dealing with that pressure, and yep, Randy South, I think he's a phenomenal. Oh my God!
Are you kidding me?
Whippy!
Yeah. Back in my day, we call that right place, right time. Whippy's there, walks up into the B site, everybody swings into him, hits the 3K spray down to 4K to win out the round. We'll get one clip here from the lock-in. Here at number 2, it's the big boy Durker, literally skeet shooting players out the sky. Check this shit out, bro.
I mean, I was speechless. Speechless.
Bam! In and out, done just like that. They're ski shooting at the Olympics. We should put this guy in the Olympics. Just like that. Olympic Esports, just let Durker sit in heaven and do his due diligence. Massive shot, good prediction from him on the double satchel. Reads it perfectly. A very nice clip. And to finish it off, little drum roll, please. Our #1 clip of the week. It is the karaoke master himself,
Sure.
Oxy. Pull out the 4K.
Off. Young man, he did
Oh
the
my
headshot
God.
position! The young man goes nuts,
Shut
and now he has
up.
a showstopper to knock it all down. Right
No
on the corner.
way.
Gone! Oxygen takes the breath away from Oxygen.
An incredible eco round from the young man. A 4K for Oxy. They win a Chico round against Full Rifles to close out the game against Oxygen 13-4. Incredible stuff happening over in the NACL. But that has done it for us here. That is our show today on Cat's Corner. I've been Catinator. Thank you for watching. And, hopefully, check it out in the future.